Alright, preference. I have this really bad chest pain that prevents me from talking as clear as possible. I have bad mouth. Like, I'm about to give you some excuses. I will be probably breathing heavy and talking a bit slower in this video, so please don't mind that. I'm trying to figure it out. So, welcome back. I'm gonna be talking about Ascended Heroes. My day's already starting off not too good because I was gonna pick up some Fates Collide packs. Like I really wanted to. I'm poor right now. I've been budgeting, so I've been trying to figure stuff out. And where I was gonna buy those Fates Collide packs are all sold out. So no Fates Collide for this guy. But we'll talk about Ascended Heroes. Now, as you can tell from the graph of Ascended Heroes, I would have really hoped some people were buying in March. But if you weren't, I kind of want to go over what parts you should invest in my opinion. And you don't have to, agree with my opinion. We can have some discussions in the comments, friendly, of course. But in my personal opinion, there's some stuff that you should definitely go for, and there's some stuff that are huge red flags. And yes, I do think this set's gonna go down slightly, but this set's not gonna flop. And this is like this set to me, in my eyes, is like Evolving Skies, but moving at a quicker pace. Because Evolving Skies was obviously way better prices than this, but like it was one of those sets that had so much potential. And I think it's different compared to Prismatic Evolutions because Prismatic Evolutions just has way harder hit rates. Evolving Skies has better hit rates, Ascended Heroes has better hit rates. I would also say this is a bit controversial, but usually the first print run, allegedly, I don't want to get sued or anything. Allegedly, the first print runs have better pull rates, and that's so the market can get more cards. And then down the line, with the different pair waves that they do, there's going to be a lot less of pulls because, well, you don't want to flood the market with the same amount that came out the first time. Does that make sense? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I said it wrong. But as you can tell, the market for these ETBs are 175. Now, a lot of people will say the Pokemon Center one's better to invest in my personal opinion, I think like as of right now, of course, you're gonna get your $500 sales, but down the line, the way I like to try and think when it comes to investments is how easy is it to liquidate. And the way I see it, and I know a way a lot of vendors may see it as well, and obviously people can have different opinions, but the way I would see it is the difference with the Pokemon Center is obviously stuff that's inside of it and the fact that it just says Pokemon Center. Like with this ETB in specific, it's genuinely two more packs in the fact that it has the word Pokemon Center on it. Like, and I think for a lot of people in the future may not want to pay $200+ premium for that comparatively to this ETB. And obviously when I look at this, for example, right? I see this is 175 market. I see this is 500. Now, I want to make sure I do the math correctly. I don't know what 175 times 3 on top of my head is. Okay, well, doing the math, 175 times 3 is 525. For you to pick up one Pokemon Center, you could instead pick up 3 Elite Trainer boxes, which, and especially how the market's moving nowadays and how it may be moving in the future with a lot more breakers and a lot more people needing to open packs, having more of a quantity is better. And this is one of those scenarios where it's not quality over quantity because the Pokemon Center isn't better quality. It's just the words Pokemon Center and 2 more packs. Like no one, I say no, a very small majority of people are willing to buy it, and there's even a smaller majority that want to take the risk to try and sell it. And so, in my personal opinion, pick up the normal ETB and pick up a good amounts of them. But if you want to take that big risk, it's possible, yes. But me personally, I would much rather spend that market price and pick up 3 of these. So much, in my personal opinion, more of a better opportunity. Plus, you'll get 27 packs. And if you're someone that wants to open up packs, well, hey, you just get way more. You get 27 instead of 11. So whether you want to open it, you get more packs. Or whether you want to sell it down the line, I would say it's easier to sell a normal ETB because, yes, it's not going to be that $500 price. But I do think that you will be able to sell it way easier with it being multiple. I don't know how to put it. All right, we'll go to highest selling because there's some other things. to talk about. Gengar, a lot of people are always saying like this is like a scalped card, meaning, or not scalped, I should say more manipulated card value. Now, to be honest, I don't see this card going down. So if it's manipulated, then it was manipulated fluently. And I do think a lot of these cards were manipulated. I don't see them going down too much though, because if someone wants to try and sell it at a lower value, someone's just going to pick it up and sell it for this high manipulated price. So regardless, I don't see this card going down. Should you pick it up though? In my opinion, if you are going to pick up anything, I wouldn't recommend single cards, genuinely, especially with the price of this card. With this price being of $1,300, I mean, if I just do 1,300, you could either get 2 Pokemon centers in a normal ETB, or if I divide this, you can pick up 7 normal Elite Trainer boxes. Which I would, personally, I pick up 7 Elite Trainer boxes, but that's the thing. It's this card is not going to have as much movement comparatively to the sealed aspect of the Ascended Heroes set. Same thing I would say for the Pikachu. And non-biasedly, I would say these cards are kind of underrated. I think the Dragonite's cool. I think all these cards are definitely overhyped and overpriced. Do I see them going down? Not that much. But what I do see is that these cards are way higher than the sealed aspect. And over a long period of time, and we've seen this with the history of Pokemon cards, is that when cards are so beyond expensive, like Evolving Skies is the best example. These cards were so expensive. Eventually, the set catches up to it. And when the set catches up to it, then that's when sealed start to take over, and single cards have a hard time moving price-wise. Meaning, like Evolving Skies cards, they're not going up as much comparatively to the sealed aspect. And so when I see that, I see, okay, well, if I have $1,300, I'm not going to buy one Gengar. I'm going to pick up numerous Ascended Heroes ETBs, or what we'll show in a second. And that'd be the same thing for the Dragonite, the gold. This is the thing. With this set, it is so much more thrilling to want to open. And that's someone down the line is going to think that, because, a lot of people that buy these products, some buy for investments, some hold on to seal and sell later. Some people either sell later. Eventually, these products get open, is what I'm saying. And that's the good thing about this set, is that it is so worth it to pull something. Like, there's so much in this set. Even Feraligatr is expensive in this set, which blows my mind. Not to say Feraligatr is a bad Pokemon, but I mean, I can't think other than like a vintage card of Feraligatr having a lot of value to it. So that's definitely something to look into. Another thing which I really wish I picked up this box, but I invested into elsewhere. As you see, this price went down. You'll see this price go up and down a lot. These boxes are great examples of very highly valued pickups. These come with 10 packs, okay? Mega Lucario and a Jumbo. What's crazy about this is cheaper than the Elite Trainer box. You get one more pack and a Lucario full art. To me, this is a no-brainer. Premium collection boxes, I've said this and I'll say this again, always have some insane value. You can actually see in the background here, this box right here, over $300 plus. I picked it up for like, I think it was $80 at a card shop. This right here, I bought it for maybe $50, I believe. I can't remember prices from 2022. But this box has gone up a lot. This is a box examples. How do I point to it? This box right here, also very expensive. These are special collection boxes. It has this has Cosmic Eclipse still that makes it a little different, I feel like. But like even this isn't special. The reason I picked up this was because of the Sword and Shield packs inside. If you're curious what was there, it's a Claymore box. But all of these boxes, not counting the ETB and the empty booster box right here, those boxes have there's something special to them, right? And what's special about this is, well, I guess the jumbo, you want to call it, but it's the biggest thing is the fact that you get a large quantity of packs, and the fact that you get a Lucario card. Lucario is very popular, but Lucario is not the only one here. I believe there's a Gardevoir one as well, which is also $150. And the fact that it's cheaper than Lucario may not be a bad idea to pick up this because of how many packs you get for the box. Does that make sense? I think these collection boxes, these two in specific, are fantastic pickups, and these will be crazy value down the line, more than just the ETB. I think the ETB will be more expensive, maybe, but I think these collection boxes are such a good pickup. Now, the bundles are always an interesting thing. Personally, I don't see myself buying them for $80 a bundle. I think a lot of people may find it hard to spend $80 for a bundle, just because it's just packs. That's why I think these collection boxes are better, because you're getting something already. Does that make sense? Like, you get a bundle and you get packs, which there's people that buy that. But when you buy like a collection box, you guarantee get like a card already. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guarantee get something, which kind of gives that comforting feeling, which makes people want to buy it more. It's more comforting. It's something that I would do personally is, if I want to rip packs, I'm gonna get a bundle. But if I honestly, I don't know. I do either one. I'm not gonna lie. I think personally though, I'd pick up the collection box more. That's kind of what I wanted to say there. These collection boxes I think are interesting. The one with 4 packs. Obviously, anything Ascended Heroes is just gonna go up crazy because it's Ascended Heroes. So technically, anything is a good pickup. I'm not even trolling. Even these, I think these are interesting that are gonna be overlooked like crazy. Is the 3-pack blisters, and I think they did really good promos as well. And I say this because, for example, I've picked up stuff like Crown Zenith blisters, which I've made actually really good money off of. And also Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance blisters. Now, Astral Radiance I didn't make that much, but Brilliant Stars, I made almost double the amount in less than a year. And don't get me wrong, it was decent timing, sure, but I mean, genuinely, when I say like blisters are very worth it, it's the sealed aspect. It's the fact that when people get packs, you are getting it in a trustworthy way. Because I mean, yes, you look. This is the same thing for collection boxes. That's why people pick up collection boxes. But I'm saying blisters are like another way where people can pick up packs, rip a little amount of packs, and know it's trustworthy because it's in a blister. Also, it looks good in a sealed collection if it's hung up. But also sometimes it's the card inside the blister. Like for example, I'll show you Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance were actually two really good examples of how good the blisters are. Let's see if it's at best selling. So if we go to Brilliant Stars, these blister packs. This has a Glaceon promo card, super unique. I kind of wish I held on to it a bit longer. I think I sold mine for 45 or something like that, 40-ish. And then Leafeon. These are both unique promos. The set's really good. And, whoops. Watching a streamer before this. But I think this is going to be a good example of a blister that's going to do really good down the line. And a lot of times when it comes to these blisters is that people are willing to pay more for these blisters in order to make sure that their packs are trustworthy to open. And just the fact that it's a blister and it just goes up. I mean, that's kind of some other logic when it goes with it. I think this Ghastly is going to be a very good 3-pack blister for sure. Same thing for, let's see if I can find the other one. There's a Charmander one as well, I believe, which is also, I think, going to be a fantastic. Hello? Is it right here? Why am I in the $4 section? Oh, I'm in best selling. Dude, I was so confused. All right, let's go back to 3. Scroll down. I guess it's in 4. And then Charmander, which I honestly, personally, I think either one's good. I think Charmander is the safe route to go for because it's Charmander. Pretty beautiful artwork as well, in my personal opinion. But both of them are going to be great pickups. That hurt so bad. Either one of these are going to be good pickups, 100%. Now, when it comes to the single cards, there's actually some single cards that I want to talk about that I think will have good growth down the line and will be easy to liquidate later down the line because of the artwork. One of them is the Mimikyu that you're seeing here. I think this is such nice artwork, decent price. It's Team Rocket. Mimikyu has actually shown a lot of popularity in card-wise, especially in, I think Team Up has the Gengar one. There's Brilliant Stars with 2 of the Mimikyu cards that are really good. Mimikyu is a great Pokemon to pick up. I think an underrated card is the Tangela. Now, Erica's a popular Pokemon or Pokemon trainer that just gives good value to the card, like the Venusaur Erica. That's a good one, for example. 151 is actually a cheap one. 100% it's a great card, but there's a lot of Erica collectors. You know what I mean? So some people may want the one from 151. I've actually seen a lot of videos like that. But also, could be considered a cute card, which there's cute collectors out there. And then there's also the fact that, in my personal opinion, this is some of the best artwork in a Tangela card we've ever seen. And this reminds me of the Seismitoad card that's pretty expensive, and I think it's Black Bolt. I think this card would go really good in a lot of people's collections, really good in people's binders, and a lot of people are going to want to pick up this card. And I think for $20, this is a pretty cheap single card. And, I'm not always the one to say that singles are the best way to go. I think if you're going to invest in anything, it's a sealed product 1,000,000%. And we'll go over at the very end on what specific products that I highly recommend. Like, we'll pick the top 3 best things. But we're going to go over some single cards, which I just showed you the 2. We're going to go more of the cheaper cards. I think none of the alt arts are worth it, in my opinion, because they're too high of a price to buy into and way more riskier to actually get anything back. Then we have the Meryl. This is also a very cute card. The Meryl from what's that? It was the Paradox Rift. We'll look it up. This one, the Paldea Evolved. Sorry, this one is a really nice card that kind of got a reprint for Mega from Sword and Shield to Mega Evolution. This is great. Which, by the way, I will talk about Paldea Evolved in a different video. If all goes well, I will pick up some single packs. And like, I'm not the type of person to pick up single packs, but I might get a good deal. So we'll see. And I think this is something as well. Is like, if you see a good deal, like, freaking go for it. You know what I mean? Even if it's loose packs, if it's trustworthy spot, and you can get a good deal, go for it. There's times where I've done that all the time. Brilliant Stars is a great example. I saw a really good deal. Lost Origin, Crown Zenith. I saw these really good deals where I'm like, I'm not a typical person to buy loose packs, but it was a good deal. When it's a good deal, you jump on it. And that's the thing with Pokemon is sometimes you'll find like these really good deals. I highly recommend if you find them and you want it, go for it. You know what I mean? Don't let any little mindset stop you from getting a really good deal. Do you know what I mean? By the way, I've been starting to off topic. These are good, bro. All right, back to this. We have the Spiritomb Cynthia. This is a great card to pick up. Cynthia is a very popular trainer. Showed a lot of value over time from Ultra Prism, Cosmic Eclipse. I think Astral Radiance has the Garchomp. This is a great card to pick up. Very cheap. I'm low-key surprised this Score Bunny has some value. It's some nice artwork, but I wouldn't say, go jump on it. I think this is some very interesting illustrations in this set, 100%. Doug Trio, underrated card. I think it doesn't have much more wiggle room because it's Doug Trio. But the fact that there's Team Rocket in it will make the card have value later down the line. Especially when they make another set like the Destined Rivals, right? Or if Destined Rivals gets more value in it, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, Destined Rivals has crazy value, right? But I think that if it gets another shot of popularity again, like a huge spike, or there's a new Team Rocket set that comes out, cards like this are going to have a lot of value that are going to go up. So these are the time to pick up stuff like that. Mimikyu would be a good card as well. Another cute card, only $9. Very, very, very cheap cute card that a lot of people are going to want to collect and put in binders. It's going to be a great card. I think this could definitely double in the next 6 months to a year type of thing. And like I said, you're not going to make $1,000,000 off these single cards. I'm showing you stuff that you can pick up that are cheap, or if you see them at a card show at a decent price, pick them up because they will go up. They're good to trade later down the line, and they're also good binder cards. This is a super, super, super underrated card. I mean, it's starting to pick up slightly. It's only at $11. I see this card definitely being a lot more pricier, especially with the new sets that are coming out soon. They're going to be more themed towards dark types and psychic types. Not Chaos Rising, the set after it. I think it's called, I don't know. I don't remember. It's like Pitch Black or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why it's showing other stuff that's not Pokemon. Okay. I'm going to show a couple more singles, and we'll go to what is the best sealed product, in my personal opinion, to pick up. So, as you can see here, we got Slurpuff here. Now, looking at him on top is a great card to pick up as well. Only $7. I think it's so beyond cheap. Mischievous is a super beyond cheap card. Weavile, only $7. I'm not going to lie. Half the cards on this screen, I think, are going to be worth it to pick up illustration-wise. 100%. Butterfree. These are really, really, really cheap single cards. 1,000,000. Like, these are, like... I'm actually surprised how cheap a lot of these cards are. Now, don't get me wrong. We're scrolling to areas where they're not worth to pick up. Like, Vigavolt. Like, these cards may go up $1 or $2, but if you want, like, best value, in my opinion, Iono may not be a bad one. Slurpuff, great. Banette, great. Beautify, great. Weavile is such a good one. This is going to be crazy expensive. I don't think people understand. Like this, cards like this, artwork like this, has so much potential to go up. 1,000,000%. Now, talking about the best sealed product possible to pick up, in my opinion, right? A if you can get a case, get a case. Obviously, make sure it's the right price per box. Cases are the best way to go at it because obviously you need a lot of money for it, right? But if you are to buy a case, and make sure it's good price per box, but if you're able to buy a case, that is the most trustworthy thing possible that people pay premium dollar for. And that's the thing. Yes, a sealed product is good, but the next safe route is to get a case. And again, it has the most, that is the most value you can possibly get from a case possible. So if you can get a case, get a case. If you can't, I would recommend the normal Elite Trainer box. Is a fantastic pickup, as well as that's number one. Number two would be the collection boxes, either Lucario or Gardevoir. I'd recommend if you can get Lucario, get Lucario. I think that's more of a popular Pokemon, but Gardevoir is also a fantastic pickup as well. The bundles, in my personal opinion, I think are a bit too risky for me personally. I think they're good for rippers, but when it comes to the floor comparatively to the height of it, I think there's a lot more movement and a couple other things. And finally, I think the 3-pack blisters are going to be fantastic pickups as well. Charmander and Ghastly. And then I showed you a couple of the single cards before that I think are going to do pretty well, which is the Mimikyu, Tangela, Meryl, the Team Rocket's Dugtrio, Spiritomb, the Bayonet, and the Weavile. Maybe one other card here and there. God bless. Jesus loves y'all. I appreciate y'all showing up. Y'all can let me know in the comments your thoughts. What do you guys think? Are you guys going to pick up anything for Ascended Heroes? Are you going to try and wait for it to go down? I don't think that's going to happen too much. Or are you going to pick it up before it skyrockets like crazy?